when I first got into business, I had a friend of mine about my age. We went to college together. He's been a successful entrepreneur for 2 decades now, ever since college. He's been an entrepreneur. He's just wildly successful. And he kind of walked with me my whole first year of being a business owner and kind of going out on this thing on my own. And the whole first year, all he talked to me about every time we talked was retraining the limiting beliefs that I had believed about myself for so long, about what was possible. And if you would have told me 5 years ago that what I'm doing now for a living was possible, I would have said, "There's no way.
Right.
That's literally impossible." Yeah. But that's the limiting belief that kept me from getting here. And it's not all about name it and claim it and believe it and it will come true and manifesting your own destiny. It's not about any of that type of stuff. It's just about the way that you talk to yourself.
Yeah. And man, I did something here a few months ago that was really helpful in this area. Was I put a task in Asana. You're a big sauna guy.
Shout out.
Shout out
Asana.
I put a task in Asana just to read my morning mantras every day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I've written down just 2 or 3 things that are, every day I have to say this about myself to myself before anything else happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think I'm going to go another layer deep on this, in the sense that you can't just allow that to be something that you read. You have to allow it to be something that you feel.
Yeah, it's got to get from your head to your heart,
100%.
But it starts by actually doing it.
Right.
By actually saying it, writing it, whatever. Yeah, I use, if really talking about this in a business ownership, but even more so, we're both artists, we're both creatives.
Yeah.
To me, one of the best books in this kind of intersection of mental health and artistry and creativity and that kind of thing is Julia Cameron's book, The Artist Way. And I started when I got into kind of owning my own business is when I started using her practice of morning pages.
Yeah.
And morning pages is essentially, just to give you a 10-second overview, is where you journal out in the morning. You're basically your free conscious thought. Whatever pops in your head, you write it down.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what it's about. It could be, hey, I've literally written several times. I do not know what to write right now, so I'm just going to keep writing until something else comes out. And it's all the thoughts that are in your head. You just write them. And it ends up being helpful in so many different ways. Number one, you start to see the limiting beliefs that you have written down in front of you.
Yeah.
Because inevitably, if you're doing it for 3 pages, is what she recommends, if you're doing it for that long, then that stuff's going to come out in black and white in paper right in front of you. And you're going to look at that and you're going to go, wait, what? I believe that?
Yeah.
That's not good, right? And then you also get to the point where you can start to, like you said, you say the things.
Yeah.
What I do in my morning pages now every day is I write those things. And I need to practice saying them out loud more like you as well. But I do write them out every day. Yeah. Handwrite, not type. The hand. Yeah. It's why they say you remember more things if you write down notes. Yeah. It's not about referencing the notes for later. You may never go back and look at them again. That's why you don't have to. Yeah. But in that moment, the neurological connection of writing something down implants it more into the neural pathways of your brain, and you start to believe it. And so that's become a huge daily practice for me too, is those things. And it's not about the whole Stuart Smalley, I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me. It's not about that necessarily, but it is a little. It is a little, because you're retraining what you've believed about yourself for so many years.
Right. And to your point, when you speak so much to yourself,
because you do the most more than anyone else.
And when the underlining is, I'm not good enough, nobody likes me, I don't know what I'm doing. I've even heard it said that when you do that your brain then goes, well, now I'm going to figure out a way to make all those things happen.
Yeah, it's a little bit of the confirmation bias where where whatever you believe you begin to see kind of unfold out in front of you, even if it's not necessarily true. Yeah. I know I read probably earlier this year about how the neural pathways work in your brain. Your brain will believe whatever you tell it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And so these things that you've been saying to yourself about yourself for so many years have become cold hard fact in your mind.
Yeah.
Because you've trained your brain to believe that as cold hard fact.
Yeah.
And that's where those limiting beliefs come in, and it's a real work. I think about the neuropathways, and psychologists talk about this as like they're the ditches and valleys and the canals that run through your brain, right?
Yeah.
And there's real ditch work that has to get done.
Yeah.
Ever seen those ditch witches that are running cables underneath people's yards and running stuff like that's the kind of work. It's messy.
Yeah.
That's the kind of work that it takes to retrain your brain.
Yeah.